Hi, I'm Mike Sugarman. I'm an architect. I'm in my late 50s. I have spent most of my adult life at a desk, and really in the last 5, 6 years, I still spend about anywhere from 5 to 10 hours a day. And when I say a day, I'd say 5 to 6 days a week. So before I met Neil, started working with Neil, I would say that I had some chronic things that were building because of, I think, age and being sedentary. So regularly I would have lower back pain. I felt generally a lack of vitality and a sort of overall weakness. That was the thing that probably bothered me the most. I definitely, when I partaked in either skiing or hiking, which I like both, downhill skiing and hiking, my knee, especially on my right side, after a little bit of effort, would start to hurt. And I did have some remnants, I believe, of a sciatica, and I would get almost a numbness down that side of my leg. And I really just decided it was time to, get serious, make some changes. Part of that is life in terms of midlife. Part of it is just wanting to be more active. And I started working with Neil. I think those chronic conditions, the way I felt, and given my age, I would say as well, and life changes, wanting to move to Canmore full time and wanting to slow down and reframe some of my work. Together with all of that, I was starting to experience a kind of light depression, I would say. It was a sense of being removed from possibility, not really having opportunities, or thinking that I didn't have opportunities that I wanted to have. Like I had begun and a couple times just started doing some more serious hikes. When I say more serious, in the past it would be like a walk on the weekend. I wanted to make it up Rundle. And I wanted to start backcountry skiing, which has always been something I thought I would enjoy. And I felt like I really couldn't even go there because I didn't have the confidence because of the lack of physical stamina, the kind of mental fortitude, and just the strength, the sense of vitality. And I think that's really what was weighing on me most heavily, is I started to feel, and this sounds a little kind of theatrical, but I started to feel like my life was maybe already reaching its end, if not physically, at least from the perspective of feeling like I still had youth and a future in front of me. And that really was hard. I did not enjoy thinking that way or feeling that way. I didn't like looking at other people and thinking that was all past me. I wanted to look at the future and look at it like I used to, which was wanting to get up the next day and experience something that wasn't quite the right fit. And then when I relocated, I was for about a year without any assistance or direction other than my own efforts. And I did try certain things. I download the odd video and do the odd exercise from YouTube. I would, do my own free weights because I had some history with the trainer, but nothing really felt methodical, planned, and it wasn't regular, and it didn't really fit into my lifestyle in the way that I needed it to for me to build 1 week upon the next and 1 month upon the next month. Since working with Neil, or starting to work with Neil, the results that I've seen, the changes in my life, have been really remarkable to me and really substantive. And they've been at many levels, which is a surprise to me. On the real nuts and bolts side, the stuff that was bugging me and a problem, my knee, my leg, my stamina on a hiking trail, all of those things have improved. Not gone away completely, the knee, but boy, oh boy, I can hike 3 times as long before it starts hurting me. I can get up 3 or 4 times as high in terms of elevation. I can, the elevation gain over short distances doesn't bug me as much anymore. But I think the bigger piece for me, because I'm not really the sport guy, the bigger piece for me is I have a sense of vitality that I never had before. And it's a physical vitality. I can feel my arms, I can feel my legs, I can feel my butt, and I feel good. I feel physically alive. And then the sort of surprise to me, which was a consequence, which has probably been the biggest deal, is I emotionally and sort of, for lack of a better word, spiritually feel better because I feel more aware of everything. But I appreciate the feeling of my foot on the ground as I'm hiking now, and I feel like I can enjoy the sound of the wind, and I actually feel like a little kid again when I do stuff. And that's exactly what I was missing, and it's exactly what I wanted. Yeah, I thank Neil for that. I think my favorite things or attributes about the program I'm lifting with Neil is probably twofold for me. The first thing would be the pace of the program. And what I mean by that is the structure and how it builds slowly on different levels of competency. And for me, that's really important because I am not really competitive and it's hard to drive me. So Neil's been really good in structuring the program. So there's small steps, but there are things that you can actually see improvement in and then going to the next level. So for me, it fits perfectly because it allows me to really feel good about each stage and want to get to the next stage and not feel overwhelmed or like I can't achieve certain things. So I would say overall, with Neil in particular, as opposed to my last trainer and opposed to any other efforts I've made, I feel like I have a partner in the effort. And it's a partner who's concerned about my eating habits, my sleeping habits, my workout habits. I'm super stoked about where I'm at right now and given where I've come from. But I actually feel like I've only been to, first year university class. I've started to understand how my body works. I've started to understand how diet's related to that. I've started to understand what I need to actually improve my body and how that impacts my mind. So it's all great, but I still consider it kind of foundational. Again, because maybe I was not a sport guy to begin with. And in the next 6 months, year, I plan to ramp it up using that foundation. Again, I'm not looking to get into competitive sport, but I want to be healthy and I want to have fun and I want to look forward to the next day on the mountain for the next 30 years of my life. That's my goal. Neil says I should actually shoot higher and I should look for the next 40 years. I think that's pushing it, but I definitely want to enjoy at least the next 30. So I'm going to get more into it. I'm going to work more frequently with Neil and more frequently on my own with Neil's help. And I don't see that changing. That's what I look forward to. The next 6 months, the next 6 years.